Alright, so let's go live in the living room. I'm a little bit early, but that's alright. Look, what I want to do today is I want to work on a block called Sotuke. I think it's, for the most part, it's an understated block. But I want to show you some reasons to why it's being used. Let me just try and get a better angle on this camera. Oh, that's probably a little bit better. Yeah, we're live, but nobody's watching me, nobody's watching, why are you watching me? Right, what I will do is in the break, I will click the wave, I promise. Alright, first of all, so with your Sotuke, it's all going to be arms for now. So just prepare out to the side so that your elbow is the same as your shoulder, palm facing forwards, sweep across. And then from this position, prepare up and then sweep across. Up and across. Up and across. Up and across. I don't know if that's too bright, is it? It looks a bit too bright. Oh, goodness gracious me. I know, I'm only a few minutes though. All right, we'll go there. We'll go there. So up, cross, up, cross. When you're doing this, I don't know if you can you see my feet? Don't move your feet, keep your feet in Heikadech and just twist the hips. Just twist in the hips. Cross, up, cross, up, cross. No, we'll put some techniques with this as well. Up, across, up and across. Now when you prepare Sotuke, because you turn your body off on a 45-degree angle, don't prepare level with the body. So for example, if I'm here and we turn our hips off on a 45, don't prepare all the way back. Prepare level with your feet, not with your not with your hips, okay? So what should happen is as you prepare your block, if we turn square to the front and I bring my hips in square, your block actually prepares there, okay? Which will all become apparent in a second. So we're going to go across, cross, cross. Now the other way you can do it is with a guide arm, which is the way that I teach which is the way that Tadashi does it, with a guide arm. So when you're doing this now, the arm that's out, just put it straight. But when you do that, don't move the hips. So from here, prepare, block. Prepare, prepare, block. It's 1, 2. 1, 2. Each, knee. And you'll notice it's quite a short block. It's not this long sweep. Where we're going this way. Ish, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sich, ach, ku, ju. Now the power in this block is by dropping the elbow down. So from here, for example, you need to make sure you're coming down. The elbow's coming this angle here as you turn the hips. So it's not hips and then block. Let the whole thing move with the body. Don't leave your arm behind. If you do, it pulls on your shoulder, okay? And then there's a twist at the end. So once you finish the block, your palm should be facing you. If you were to keep this still and just bring your hips square, look what block we've got. We've got Uchuke, okay? I always think that, you know, in your Kion, in your basics, that you can always relate your basics to something else. For example, what you can do is, with your basics, you can go back to something else. Even the advanced technique, you can go back to something else. Inside shuto, head level punch. Do you know what I mean? So you can always tie one technique into something else. It's never, you know, they kind of relate. Okay, Sotuke from this position. You can do Sotuke followed by back fist, a forward back fist, or a side back fist to the front rather. So you're going to go Sotuke, point the elbow, back fist. Now with your guide arm, prepare. Sotuke, back fist, guide arm. Sotuke, back fist. Now with your back fist, you can do what's called gamaku, which is the hip tremor. So as you execute the back fist from here, you can just throw the hips in. When you prepare, lift the elbow, don't drop the fist. So when you prepare, it's not It's not here. If anything, fist stay at the same height, lift the elbow, and then flick out and back. It's called back fist for two reasons. Number one, you strike with the back of the fist. Number two, it comes back to you. Okay? Some combination you can do where you execute this, and then straight into the next technique, or it can be 1, 2 on the return. So you might not execute 1, 2, stop. As this is retracting, you're pulling it into your next technique, if that makes sense. Okay, so it kind of rolls in 1, as it comes back, you're into the next technique. Okay, so sotuke followed by yoko oruchi to the front. Ish, ni, san, shi, go, rik, sich, ach, ko, ju. Now I'm going to let you put as much effort into this as you possibly want. I'm kind of hoping that if you are watching, that you are putting the effort in, and that you aren't just sat on your backside, sat on your sofa thinking, oh, look at that fat boy on TV, or wherever it is. You know, so I want you to be doing it with me as well. There's no point in just watching. Otherwise, there's no point in doing this. Okay? Okay, this time. Sotuke, moving into gerambarai. So you're going to do sotuke, down into gerambarai. Sotuke. Now with this, let it roll. Let it roll from the elbow. Not this, but from here, across. When you do your gerambarai, a bit like we did last week in kata seon chin, sotuke gerambarai. Okay? Oh, I'm out of breath already, but I've been going 5 minutes. So, sotuke gerambarai. Leave the hips off. Sotuke gerambarai. Ish. Knee. Still have that twist in the fist. San. Watch what my fist does. It's already prepared. And around. Shi. Go. Ruk. Sich. Ach. Ku. Ju. Okay, this time. What I want you to do, I want you to step forward into your sotuke. Now this comes from a kata called Basai Dai. And which we'll do a little bit of tonight anyway. We'll do a bit of Basai Dai, we'll carry on with a bit of seon chin. There's a move. Gerambarai up into preparation of a sotuke and then forwards. Alright? Now, I'll explain the bunkai behind this in a second. But for now, we'll just work the actual thing itself. I'll explain all in a second what the actual applications are. But for now, we'll just work the actual exercise. So, we can start gerambarai, come up, prepare. Now, the arm that's high, step that leg forwards. Doesn't have to be in Zenko Sadachi, just in a short stance. Execute sotuke, and then come back. So, the same arm again, down and up, forwards. And back. Now the one thing that, what I've learned before is that from here, this hand stays still, but what I've said to my students is that there's no reason why you can't have a guide down there. Again, I'll explain to you why it's there, etc. So block, up, step, back, block, up, step. And again, always turning those hips off. Block, up, step. Okay, let's try the other side now. Down, up. Feels weird because it's not what we're used to. So I just keep looking to see how many there is. Down, up, back. Up, down, up, back. Down, up, back. Okay, here's what we're doing there. So I'll go to the first exercise. So if you have a partner, fantastic. If you don't, you've got to do what I do and use your imagination. Imagine somebody's grabbing your shoulder with their right hand. Okay? From this position, oh no, we'll go to the first exercise, which was just soto uke. Hook punch comes in, it's going to be coming around this area. Soto uke preparation stops the hook. It connects, and I'll tell you what, when you do it with a partner, it hurts. Okay, so you can go from your blocking of the hook into your next technique here, which is the step forwards, and use the tetsui to strike. So it could be 1, 2. Okay, so you're striking towards the head of the tetsui. The other thing you can do with this is you can execute your block, so you've blocked, and you can bring this elbow down and push this forwards into your opponent's chest. Hijiate doesn't have to be high. It can quite happily be nice and low, as long as the elbow's protruding and the elbow connects first. All right. Again, you'll see this in kata seon chin. Similar kind of thing. Did that just rhyme? Has to be right. Okay. Next technique you're doing is soto uke followed by your back fist. You can imagine somebody's coming in with a right arm hook, as most people will. What you're doing with your soto uke is you are stopping it here, so it stops. We're moving this elbow away from the body now a little bit because we need to work with what we've got. So yes, for Kion, soto uke is here. However, for like an advanced attack, it will be here. Now I'm using this as well. I'm pulling this back. There's nothing saying that I can't block soto uke this way and have double protection. And from here, grab, back fist. Notice that there's a bit of a in there just to throw the arm forwards. So from here, hook punch comes in. It's going to be with the left hand. Hook punch going to be with the left hand. Sorry, you're blocking with the left. So hook punch comes in. You prepare. You block. Your guide arm. Your guide arm can also be here, but your guide arm can also be here. So it could be there. There's your soto uke and counter attack. Okay? Or if you're going to get really frisky with it, you can step into this. Hook punch comes in, move forwards. So it can be in this position, if that makes sense. Okay. Hello, Deborah. Alright, so we'll go to the first one, we'll make it a bit more realistic. So we're going to start with your left arm, my right arm, which is what we're doing. Right arm hook punch comes to our left. So it's going to be prepare, step forwards, and hook. And strike. So from this position, it's just up, this way. We're doing both things together. Thriller. Okay, hello. Alright, so guys, you have to say hello. I will wave at you in the break. I know you're there. Thanks. I'd rather you be moving. So from there, hook punch comes in. Strike. Not here. Not here. Here. Probably got more chance of striking something. Plus, from that position, we can push the chin up, push the nose up. Then we can go for the throat if we want to. All right. Karate's practiced in a dojo for safety. Some of the things that I say you probably won't get away with in a dojo because it might hurt. So you practice for safety mainly. Hook punch comes in. Try and get it working at the same time. So we're coming in this direction. Or if it was, I don't want to fight, it would be this direction. You see where that is now? You don't have to have closed hands, have open hands. I don't want to fight. Here. The power in this executes when you land. Okay, executes when you land. I want to do another video on hips, on hip technique and how to use the hips. So we might do that maybe next week. All right, so maybe start in this position. If you're comfortable here, just throw one arm forwards. You know which direction the hook punch is coming. Block the hook and throw the arm forwards. Whichever side the hook punch is coming from, that's the leg that steps. So for you lot, if we're mirror imaging, if it is a mirror image, you'll be stepping forwards with your left leg and your left arm, but you'll be striking with your right arm. So you can either start here, step and strike, or you can just start here. Mind your own business, strike. Okay? Ooh. Okay, so start here, mind your own business, You can see the hook punch come in. Don't retract. Straight up. There's different ways of avoiding a hook punch. One of those is to step into it, believe it or not. And what we're doing here is we're attacking our elbow part of the arm, this bit of the bone here, not this part here, is we want that to connect with anywhere here. Doesn't matter where. Okay, we're protecting our head as well. Nothing wrong with this. We're protecting our head as well. So just because Soto Uke starts there doesn't mean so you can't go to there. Okay? So you think about the preparation now. So you start neutral. When I say, execute. Ish. Ni. San. Shi. Go. And you'll also notice that door staff will stand like this. Never like this. Always here. Psychological. I'll generally stand like this. Not because I've got somewhere to rest my hands, but this is just neutral. This is me saying I'm not hiding anything. Nothing to hide, but you know, I'm not down here and I have to travel all the way up. I'm here. So I've only got a short distance to travel. Okay, ish. Ni. San. Shi. Go. The goal here is to have the front foot, the hip, the hand and the block all finish together. Everything's got to finish together. Swap sides. Why do we work on this side? Because 90% of people are right-handed. The first punch will generally come with the right hand. And if they're doing anything, they're going to be grabbing with the left. So what you can do with that is if they're grabbing you with the left on this shoulder, this is where we connect. We'll swap sides for now, I'll come back to that. So start neutral and then strike. Ish. Everything's going to finish. Knee. Also, when you step forwards, there's absolutely nothing wrong with this Soto Uke being slightly forwards of the head. Just don't go ridiculously forward because now your head's not protected. So it doesn't have to be out to the side of the head, it can be forwards. Ish. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Ruk. Sich. Ach. Oh, moving to the camera. Hey. Ko. Ju. And then stop. Okay. Because we're moving forwards, we're attacking the punch. We're also using momentum to strike upwards. One thing to avoid when you're moving forwards in kata, moving backward in kata, kumite even, is try to avoid your attack making you lean. And I don't mean lean, I mean lean forwards, okay? Okay, this time, what you can do when you're practicing with a partner, or even with your own imagination, is think, what can I do from there? So you come out, you block to hook, you struck to the head. Quick suggestion for you is this, the arm's not on the outside. So we can now finish our Soto Uke, okay? Or the movement behind the Soto Uke. So we can go block and strike, slap across the face, strike down to the groin. All right, so it would become 1, 2, 3. Ish, 1, 2, 3. Knee, 1, 2, 3. When you slap, don't slap here. Use your tarsho to slap. Extend into it. Push this forward and smack across. I'll let you swap. We'll just alternate sides. Ish. Ni. San. 1, 2, 3. Shi. 1, 2, 3. Go. 1, 2, 3. Ruk. 1, 2, 3. Sich. Hatch. Okay, you might be saying to yourself, well, if I've just blocked, have I got time to go 2, 3? Yes, because your first technique combined with the block are just stunned. Imagine getting a face palm to the face. Boom. Wouldn't be a face palm somewhere else, it'd be to the face. So yes, you do, because you just smashed up here. They're now drawn backwards. Strike to the jaw, strike to the groin. That's just with a simple soto uke, okay? Now, the next one from Basai Dai. Their left arm is grabbing your right shoulder, which means their hook is coming from this direction. Aiming the teisho for the shoulder joint here, or on the arm, mainly between this position and this position. Don't go too far in, don't go too far out. But here will stop. It will jam the arm. So this is what we're doing with this. Meanwhile, the grabbing arm, we're going to go soto uke around. Their arms down underneath, elbow on top, down. You've now trapped their arm in here. You're now free to do whatever you want to do. For this, you need to engage the tricep, chest, and lat around. Possibly the shoulder as well. I'm trying to feel where I've got engaged. Can't see, it's too much fat in the way. Okay, I'm only messing, but I'm not. So from this position, 1, we block the punch. We're taking the arm, 2, and around. Block the punch, arm, and around. Trapping in. So it's kind of, if you can imagine there's an arm here. Grabbing. Left arm grabs. We're coming around, we're trapping kind of this way, if that makes sense. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Notice that I'm stepping in as well. You can step in. Don't, feel free to make your body move as it wants to move. Just allow it to move. Don't think you've got to stay static with all this, because you don't. This is a load of garbage. There's going to be stances there. There's going to be footwork there. So just make sure that you're using your feet as well. Let your feet. If it turns out that you're moving the wrong foot, so what? It doesn't matter. Main thing is that you're moving. You're not standing still. This can also work from a sideways on point of view, where we step away. But it can still be this. What we've just done there is, as the punch is coming in, we've just moved away from it. It's now going to hit a square in the face, but that's okay, because we can use a second soto uke. So from this position, grabbing, hook punch comes in, here, stopped, grabbed, also struck. All right, so you can execute that. Whichever arm's doing your soto uke, step away into that. The other thing you have with that is hips, which you will see from some of you that know, kata seppai. Same kind of thing. All right, that's what you technically could be potentially doing, is that same kind of thing. So as you're stepping away, in seppai, it goes 1, you turn, 2, 3. Think about number 2, okay? This is now number 2. Here. Then what have you got? You wound up. Not as in rah, but you wound up to then come back in. So this technique here just takes you to the next technique. So as you stepped off and you've wound up kind of in, it just helps with that drive forwards. Could be a knee, could be a kick to the groin, could be a kick to the shin, could be anywhere where you can get your legs in. All right. So from that position here, 1, 2, head, 3. If that makes sense. Okay. So we're doing the step away now. Soto uke, step away. Soto uke, step away. Remember, uke is to receive, not to block. The important part to this is that your elbow comes down on top. Where my arm is now, the elbow comes down on top. And then elbow stays close to the body and traps in. Engage, 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 engage. Okay? If you don't have to engage your lats or anything like that, we can maybe have a class on that. Alright, so from there, again, ish, ni, san, shi. Another technique you can use with this, you will also see it in kata. I think the first time you see it will be something like basai dai or maybe even kanka dai. You can execute your side kick. Alright, so there's a lot you can go through. I'm not going to give you everything because I want you to use your imagination when you're practicing this stuff. So again, step. And then again, step. Now let's do a few on the other side. Get your arms and everything working together. So we're now stepping with our opposite side that we're blocking with. Ish. Knee. Two ways you can do this. Step, twist. Or have it all happen together. Again, we'll go into a bit more advanced stuff with that at a later date. Ish. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Okay, this time. Left arm is now grabbing your right shoulder. Now, if you're doing this, do this slowly because it hurts. The goal here is for the grabbing arm to not let go. So if you're grabbing the person opposite you, or you're grabbing somebody, don't let go, but do this slowly. Very, very slowly. Arms here, cross, underneath. Feels a little bit weird to begin with, but then just lift up. If you go fast, their arm becomes like this. So they're grabbing with the left, I've got my left arm out, you're coming around on the outside, taking down and twisting. Now, in Basai Dai, your next technique will be a reverse Tetsui. So you've blocked, head's there, they're now facing that direction, kind of leaning this way, and then you can come around towards the throat area. Reverse Tetsui, or even still, Chuguyuke. So it could be like a Chuguyuke block. Just because we're doing this in Kion together, doesn't mean to say it can't be 2. 1, 2. Okay? So just have that in mind. So now left arm grabs the right shoulder. So because we're walking along, grab your right shoulder, you're over there somewhere, they might want to turn you round and put a hook on. Put a neck choke on. As opposed to a arm choke. So yeah, they're going to choke you. So it could just be 1, grabbed you, stepped around you, and here. Or just from here. Look, just back off. So your body's over there. Technique. Okay, so we're coming across. 1, 2. Then again, we'll wound up. So whatever comes next. I'm going to let you use your imagination for your counter. Okay, come in, tell it to you. Main thing is, the arm's there, grabbing's there. Their body's now to the side of you. Coming around. In. Here. The other thing to do with the previous side is here. So their arm's grabbing the right shoulder. Cup their arm. Don't let them let go. It's a little bit more evil that way. Okay. This can also work. Right arm grabs left shoulder. Take the right arm and just cup. And then we can also come around from this direction. So we've now come up under the neck. If that makes sense. I'm trying to describe this, it's really, really difficult. So you'll have to just do the best you can. Okay. So, sotuke, whichever side you want to play around with. And then execute your strike, execute your next block, it doesn't matter which. As I'm talking, be going through this. As I'm talking, just try and go through this with somebody else, or just try and use your imagination. So again, I'm trying to teach, but I'm also wanting you to make sure you practice as well. So we'll go back to the first one. Right arm grabs right shoulder. Take it away. Now when you're grabbing, don't grab with the thumb. Just place on top. From this position here, grabbing with the thumb, people can release the hand and pull away. If you're grabbing here and you're pushing everything in, it's a little bit more difficult for them to release and pull away, okay? So just push the hand into you and then come around top of the arm. So their arm's now here, top of the arm and around. It's going to feel a little bit weird, but they're going to be even more weird than you are because they're going to be kind of bending left, right and centre. This is what I'm saying. With this sort of stuff, go slowly. And if it was the right arm to the left shoulder, same thing, opposite side, around, hook underneath. Okay, and then from there, you can squeeze the throat if you can get to the throat. If it's done quick, if you can imagine this action here being done really, really fast. Even then, you can feel it pulling the shoulder. So just, just be careful with it, please. Okay, disclaimer, I will not be responsible for any injuries during these videos. Okay, I should have put that as a disclaimer to start off with. I am saying go slowly. So again, 1, 2, up. And notice that as we come back up, as we come to potentially grab the throat area, we're executing this. Okay, now final one for Soto Uke. There are others, there are a lot of others. Wrist grab, Soto Uke releases. If it was a double lapel grab, your Soto Uke could be 1, pulling down this way, or even grabbing the arm. I'll show you this one. Arm to shoulder. In fact, we'll do the Basai Dai version. Arm to shoulder. Left arm grabs right shoulder. Take this away. Okay? Prepare your Soto Uke on the outside. We're now the arm is now here. We're going to be using this. We can either step forwards or we can step backwards. Stepping forwards is a bit more, all right, it just ties in with the kata. So if you can imagine there's an arm, my Soto Uke is now coming this direction. Take it away, step forward. This was the step forwards one. Now from this position you can't execute the Girambarai or the Tetsui or whatever you're using to strike with, but you can certainly take away the main weapon and you'll find your partner's now over here somewhere. Ask them to throw a punch at your head with their right arm. When they do that, just lower into the stance. Drop into a sumo stance. Doesn't matter what stance you drop into. Just lower, or even from this position, push forwards even more. So as the left arm grabs, keep hold. So you're keeping hold, and you're now coming on the outside here. Ask them to throw a punch from there, and then just drop as they start to throw. Keep an eye on their other weapon. Always use your peripheral vision. Okay, now for kumite. So that was some Kihon basics and some kata basics. Now for kumite. As I said at the beginning, you don't prepare Soto Uke after you've done your first one all the way back here. It prepares level with the feet. And as I showed you, it's there. Now go into your right leg back kumite stance. Look at that position you're in now. Is that not just the preparation of a Soto Uke? I've just not come all the way back here and around. I've prepared it as it should prepare. I've just turned my hips off. Maybe lowered it a little bit. So there's your Soto Uke preparation for kumite. And that's pretty straightforward. Punch comes in, block across. Now when you're doing this, don't push. Still have bend in the elbow. Okay? Still have that bend in the elbow, and then you come with your back fist. So if you're with a partner now, get them to throw a punch at your head. Soto Uke is generally for the sternum block. Okay? Girambarai, Geran Uke are mainly for stomach level and groin level blocks, even though it's Gidan. Okay? Think about it. Uchi Uke is not for stomach because it's not blocked. Soto Uke, there's my stomach below my arm. Soto Uke kind of finishes there. In order to block stomach level, I'd have to go right down, and I don't want to do that. So think about a sternum level strike when you're blocking Sotuke, or a head level strike. Sternum level, or head level, arms here. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, so sternum level. If they're throwing multiple techniques, we can still have from this position Sotuke preparation, Sotuke block itself. Okay, that will also help us. So you can have somebody stood opposite you, throw a what have we got? Go toe to toe. Let them throw a left down first, so an Oizuki. Now throw a reverse punch. Now come around and strike. Or you can go 1, 2, 3. If that makes perfect nonsense. All right. But for now, just work on one technique, one punch itself. So, punch comes in, block across. Ish, knee. Notice also, I'm not doing this. Starting there, cross. Not a lot of body movement. My hips are already on a 45-degree angle. The block teaches you to block on a 45-degree angle. But my hips are already there. So that's saying already being 45-degree angle when you block with this block. Block. Now if you push into this a little bit, forwards on the front knee, or even step, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just minimal movement. That's all you're doing. Redirected traffic, that's all you're doing. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rik, sich, ach, go, ju. Not good doing one side, swap legs. Sotuke, ish, ni, san, open and closed hand doesn't matter. Shi, go, rik, sich, ach, ku, ju. Now put a bit of kime and gamaku in there. So a bit more hip tremor and a bit more snap with the arm. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rik, sich, ach, ku, ju. And then from that position, I'm going to let you play around with whatever you want to play around with that Sotuke block. But again, it's an important block. Like I say, it might be underrated because you don't see a lot of this apart from things like Basai Dai, Kata Tenchin, etc. So you don't see it that often, but it's there. Okay? Whenever you do Gidan Barai, always think you're doing at least 3 techniques there. But it's Gidan Barai, it's one technique. No. Always just think you're doing 3 techniques. Sotuke, Gidan Barai, strike. 2 blocks, 1 strike. Alright? So whenever you're doing your Sotuke, in fact you're probably doing 4. 1, there's my first block. 2, second block. 3, third block, finish with a strike. Okay? I call them blocks because it's easier to say than to receive. First to receive, second to receive, third to receive, and a strike. Alright? Also can be strikes, as we establish, all strikes can be blocks, all blocks can be strikes. So this is the part now where I'd say, go off, I'd walk around and just watch what you're doing, etc, etc. I'm literally going to have a quick wet of water, and see what we've got going on. But I want you to just go grab yourself a drink or whatever. We'll get into some kata now, we'll get into some Basai Dai. See how far we can get with that, and then we'll continue with kata Seon-chin. Okay, so if you watch the last one, you'll know where we're at. If you didn't watch the last one, don't panic, all right? Just pick up where we are, okay? All right, I'm going to leave the camera running, so watch your comments. Don't swear at me. Don't give me verbal abuse, because it hurts my feelings. Well, you can catch up, can't you, Stuart? Oh, buddy. You got to keep your sense of humour, Deb. If you don't, you crack up, as my old Mal would say. Hello? Lost internet back. Okay, great. Stranger? Hello? Oh, just James will do, Deb. But thank you, I appreciate that. Hello, you again. Twist at the end. Yes, the twist is at the end. Does the wrist turn last or on the movement? Good question. Hello, hello, hello. It's good, pal. Hi, you're early. Okay, good. All right, so I've caught up. Good question. Depends on what block you're doing. I would twist at the end. Come around this way, the block has happened. When I say at the end, there's still that little bit of motion here for the twist. So don't stop twist. Don't make it two. When I say it depends on what block you're doing, Giranuke is similar kind of thing as well. I'll tell you about that now while we're here. So for your Sotuke, watch my hand. I would execute this, blocked, continue. That twist just helps with that little bit at the end. The main thing is it finishes, okay? Don't twist too soon, don't twist too late. Imagine the technique's coming in, block, finish with a twist. That twist helps the block. See, it just naturally from here, as you twist this fist in, watch what my arm does. It just pushes down. It just pushes in to the technique. Okay? The same works for the opposite. So as you from here and you twist the foot, depends what part of the hand you're working on as well. When I do Sotuke, I think about pulling the little finger into me. When I'm blocking Uchuke, I think about pushing the thumb out. Okay? So depending on what body mechanics you're thinking of at that point will depend on where your block's going to go. So if you think about pulling your little finger in, you hear little fingers in. If on Uchuke you think about pushing your thumb out, you end up here. There's slight movement, there's your block, there's it finished. So slight movement, so you're pushing outwards. Depends on which way you're going. Don't push your thumb inwards. Bring your little finger around. You want your little finger to push to the front as much as you possibly can. Okay, it'll finish facing here anyway. Your wrist can only go so far. And Giranuke is different. One thing that you'll notice with Giranuke, I'll come in close so you can see. When we do Giranuke, you're taught to drop and twist. That twist there is important. Okay? We then bring the hips around. There's the block, okay, or the receiver. When it gets sped up, sped, who cares? What happens is the drop of the hand, the twist of the wrist, and the twist of the body all happen at the same time. Okay? So as that's finishing, everything's locking into place. So whenever you're taught Sotuke, whenever you're performing Sotuke, don't think of it as 1, 2. Don't think of it as drop and twist. Think of it as everything's happening. You'll see my elbow pop out, everything's happening together. See this? Elbows in. Weak. It becomes a little bit weaker, believe it or not. You want to kind of throw this around into the block itself. So depending, and with that, I would also think about pushing the little finger outwards. Okay, so depending on what block you're doing, don't think about the whole arm, think about little parts. It's the small things that matter. Okay, I know I've been sort of saying, you know, don't sweat the small stuff, but in karate, when training, you've got to sweat the small stuff. You've got to be diligent with yourself. Okay, right, we're going to get some kata now. I remember doing a full class with you just working on one block. Yeah, that block is on. I'll post it on Facebook. It was back with GKR, and it was Jordan Agi UK. Yeah, we spent an hour and a half just on Jordan. There's a few videos that I've saved from Facebook actually that I've downloaded because back in those days we had a YouTube channel and I'd post teaching tips, a bit like I'm doing now, onto Dashi. But yes, we did the whole block. Steve, come on, man. The difference between this and, you know, what you're referring to is this is free, and I'm not blowing my own trumpet, but I am. It's probably more knowledgeable as well. Okay, back in some kata. Okay, let me have a quick drink first. You swine, Steve. Hey, you're a funny guy. You made me laugh. All right, so backside eye. If you don't know it, follow as best you can. I'll describe it as we go. I can't remember where we got to last videos ago, many videos ago. Oh no, do you know what? Scrap that. We won't do backside eye. Yeah, we will. Yeah, we will. Okay, so starting off. Let's go. Hey. You wait. Okay, right leg up, turn to the left, left hand grabs right hand. Stepping down to Korsadach, letting this drop in. Drop in. So this is going to go the opposite way to Sotuke. Sotuke comes this way. This is now going to come this direction. So it kind of ties in. So we're going to come around, striking, blocking, however you want to do it. It's all on Tadashi YouTube. Your Korsadach, again, you won't find a lot of videos on Korsadach that are as descriptive as what I'm trying to show you now. The main reason for Korsadach is to change direction. I came up with another idea, and young Steve Atkin is in that video. So from this position, stepping your left leg back, easy peasy. Left arm under right, turn and block Uchuke, keeping the elbows down. From this position, right arm comes across the stomach, block Uchuke with the right. Stepping your back foot across, left arm Sotuke, which we've just been working on. Left arm Sotuke, right arm comes around, Uchiuke. I'm not going to spend much time on this, I want to get back into Kata Seon Chin. From this position, you've just been doing this. You're going to step your right leg back, turn 90 degrees, right arm to left shoulder, come down the arm, lift your right arm upwards, just as you have been. You're in a stance called High Sukadach. High Sukadach, feet together, okay? You've been doing this, step your right leg forwards, Sotuke. Depending on room, you want to be in Zen Kutsadach with this. But depending on room, just loosen your stance up a little bit, maybe go into short stance. Left arm comes under, Uchi-Uke inside hooking block. From this position, we're going to get into 70% of our body weight is on our right leg. So we're going to use that to push upwards. As we do this, left arm is going to simply just drop on top of the right hand. Cup and salsa. So that was described to me. Didn't get taught much, but I got taught enough. Okay, from there, push. You're then going to punch, fold and step, twist. This time you want to be in Zen Kutsadach, and you have to, with this, drop the elbow, not raise the fist. Okay, there's a difference. So when we get into this position, we've gone from our punching position, we fell, folded in. We're now going to push this elbow down, as opposed to lifting the arm up. Okay, so in. Then we're going to step our left leg up into Haikadach, punch. You're now going to step your right leg out, folding the left arm, and dropping the elbow as you twist on both feet. Okay. Your next technique from this is going to be a right leg forward called Kutsadach, back leaning stance with a right arm Shuto-uke, knife hand block, or strike. So from here, right leg just shoots forwards, right arm comes around, strikes in. I'm going to do this on the spot. Now because we're going forwards, I'm going to step backwards then forwards. So I'm going to go backwards first, just to give my body the idea of moving forwards. Flowy. Okay, so we've gone to here now, backwards then forwards, but we will be stepping straight through with this. So we're going to go back, then you're going to go one more, back then forwards. From this position, you will be stepping backwards now. So in order to do that, we're going to go forwards, then backwards. I have done a video on transitions before, so we'll be going straight back with this, but I can't because the sofa's in the way. So we're going to go forwards, then backwards. Okay, so if you're in the right position, you should be right leg back, back stance, left arm Shuto-uke, right arm solar plex level. Okay, from this position now, stepping your left foot across, keep your hips where they are because we want all this to work together. Keep your body backwards as well. As the hand moves, push the body weight forwards. Kind of come upwards and around. Step, notice it's just the leg that's moved. Push forwards with the hand, let the hips come in as well. reinforced khaki UK. Okay? Bunkai for this is on YouTube. Keeping these arms still, Konsetzigeri, prepare, land. So you now get your right leg back, you've just kicked with your right leg, left arm shuto, you turn 180 degrees. Again, doesn't have to be 180 degrees for bunkai. Could be going the same direction. It doesn't necessarily have to change. Again, it's on the channel. Stepping forwards, I've got room to step forward, so I'll actually step forward this time. From this position, we're going to bring our feet back, right leg back, hands on hips, we're in high sukadech. So you might have to do this, but you should be now facing away from your camera if you're in the right position. Why? Because I am. Hands on your hips, feet together, slight bend. You're going to bring, I'll do it this way so you can see, you're going to bring your hands into your solar plex. As you do so, slight push down and then up. Don't let these elbows lift, so don't do this. This is ridiculous. And if anyone teaches you that this is to break a lapel grab, change clubs, because it's not. It's the most bogus garbage thing I've ever seen in my entire life, okay? And I'm quite happy to say that. I don't care how strong you are. This will not break a lapel grab. It's to release from it's to stop a potential lapel grab, as in somebody's coming in to do this, not quite grabbed you, you stop them, okay? So you block them already, but once you've got your lapels, it's difficult to break. Only try it if you've got a strong sort of top on. Don't try it if you're wearing something flimsy, because the person holding on will rip your clothing, okay? So just be careful of that. So we come in, up, here, okay? So we should all be feet together, first one for the cameras, double Argy UK, double head on the block, index finger knuckles together. You're going to step your right leg forwards into long stance, arms come all the way around and double kidney strike. So we're here now. We just come around, striking here. Ooh, it wobbles. Okay, so around. Now from this position, there's no retraction with the hand. What you're going to do is you're going to push with the back foot, and then from this position, you're going to extend your right arm. Left arm comes back. So it's kind of like a bit like fencing. And I don't mean the ones in your garden. I mean this kind of fencing. So when you push, I'll do it in your shorts now so you can see, it's this action. This action. There's no retraction to this. Okay? So we've now got left leg back, both arms are down, pushing forwards, right arm extends. Okay, we've got a full punch coming out now with the right arm. We're in long forward stance. You've got 70% of your weight on your front leg, so it makes perfect sense to use that weight placement and drag this back foot across. Okay, is that right? Yeah. Sometimes doubt myself. I've done a video on self-doubt. Okay, but you second guess yourself sometimes as well, okay? And that's perfectly fine. So yes, it's back foot across. Back foot steps across, let the right arm come through the hip. So it's kind of going to fold in and come through the hip. The angle of this right arm is the same as your front leg. Thereabouts. Okay, other arm comes up to your ear. Basic bunkai for that. It's here. Here. Block, grab. Grabbing the inside. This time we're going to step we're going to drag, going to drop onto our back leg, drag our stance back, left arm comes down as we've done with the Girambarai Sotuke, right arm comes up. And I think we got to this point before. I don't remember going any further. From here, left leg prepares, right arm stays high, Mikazuki Geri, right arm comes around, remember Sotuke, Girambarai, same thing applies. So from here, I'll slow it down. Notice that the arms aren't moving. The arms are staying still. Just the body's moving. Mikazuki Geri. Different ways you can do it. Warm your legs up first. You can have the big arc, or you can have the small arc. I prefer the small arc. It's a little bit quicker. Top of the arc is called a answer on a postcard. So when you get to this point here, this arc part is called a what? 1, 2, right arm's high as we're turning 180 degrees, right arm comes across, right arm blocks, again on right. This time, we are now looking to the left, so looking to your left shoulder as you bring the right arm on top of your left. So we're going to go from here to here. Left arm comes out, nice and straight. Once it gets to a straight point, start working both arms together. Left arm continues out level with the shoulder, just below, and then the right arm, this way you can see, I'll suck it in a bit. And then the right arm's coming back to the hip. You're now going to crescent kick your hand. Now again, most people will do this. Don't do that. If you can't get your leg high enough to crescent kick your hand, crescent kick lower, okay? Again, I think this is on YouTube and it works towards the knee as well. So if you can imagine we're here, you don't need to crescent kick. Caramba. You don't need to be able to crescent kick your hand. Just keep your hand in place and come around lower and strike. So from here, crescent kick, elbow strike towards the hand. Palm facing downwards on the elbow strike. Then I'm going to drop the right. So if you're in this position, just drop the right. Now drop the left. I'm doing this slow so you can see. Now drop the right. Now, kata finishes here. Boom, boom, boom. There is nothing stopping you finishing here. Across the body. You can probably see what's happening there. Okay, so you can probably see what's going on. Drop somebody to the floor, they're on the knees. Heads here. Boom, boom, boom. Is how I would interpret that. Okay? Execute this, and this. Now from here, right leg's going to step back on itself. So we're now facing away from the camera. Left arm on the left hip, right arm comes on top. I forget what this punch is called, but we're going to kind of go hook punch and low uchi uke. So I'll mirror image it for you. So you're now on your left hip, I'm on my right. What happens is we turn the body off, we step forwards. We're now going to come around and hook. Now when punching with this hook, don't punch with the palm facing you. Punch with the palm downwards. You'll get more power into it that way, okay? Don't let that happen. You can see what's happened to the wrist. That's what I'm punching with now. There. Here, not here. You know, at what point do you punch with a bent wrist? Your first basic technique is Chidanzuki, for the most part, and you get told to punch with what kind of wrist? Straight. So don't change it for this. It's here. Okay, so we're hooking in. What this is doing as a potential is somebody's grabbing your wrist. So you are hooking around. So imagine they grabbed your wrist, doesn't matter which arm they're grabbing with, this. That drops them to this kind of position, which is only going to help you with this. Okay, aim for the temple. But what I would like to do is I would like to land in Zen Kotsadachi. So we're going to go from left hip, off, left arm strike, right arm is the blocking arm, or the releasing arm. You then come back. So you change hips now. You Mikazuki Geri. Left leg Mikazuki Geri, crescent kick, land. As you do that, fire the back heel out, push the knee out. Left arm's going to come into an uchuke, kind of low uchuke. Right arm comes around for the hook. And then you come back. You're just going to repeat the first one again, but with a crescent kick. So you come around, crescent kick, hook and punch. So we've gone here. For anyone that's done first kata, this is what happens next. It's first kata. And we ain't going to have time for Sion Chin, so I'm going to finish with this. So we execute this, left foot comes around, level with the right. So as we come around here, we're going to come around to this position with level now. We're going to execute, and you'll be able to see this in the camera, we're going to execute a right arm low, Gerenuke, Uchiuke. Some styles this is high, some styles this is low. Some styles will execute the hip on different techniques. I prefer to use the hip on the Gerenuke and then hook in for the Uchiuke. The way I first got taught this was to Gerenuke and then hips on the Uchiuke. Nothing wrong with practicing both, but the one I prefer, and that's me, not you, is this is the block. This is the strike. Okay, or it could be another block. If someone's coming with a front kick and then the hook punch in, blocks the kick, blocks the punch. Then all you do is you just twist the other way. So we're twisting to the other corner now. Gerenuke with the left, Uchiuke with the right. Oh yeah, I forgot where the hell I was going then. Okay, this time. So we're now facing the right hand side of our room. All right, with body's pointing that direction, or it should be. You're going to step your left foot in, left arm guide, right arm prepares. Step your right foot out, execute your shuto. Okay? Again, don't worry about stance length or anything like that. Just the main thing is with this, I'll do it in short stance so you can see. Just a shorter stance, it doesn't matter. Kata says kokuzudech, but we're in a living room. Let's you know, we don't have the luxury of a massive dojo yet. So from here, you're then going to bring your your right foot in, keep your hands still, bring your right foot in, turning both feet so they're now perpendicular. You just go into this right corner. Now go 90 degrees to the opposite corner. Okay? Keeping the hands still, but looking forwards. You're going to bring your right foot in, feet together, and then you're going to step, and a lot of people don't realise this and they don't teach this. What's going to happen is you're going to step your left foot out so your feet are pointing in the same direction. If you can see where my feet are right now. Your feet are in the same direction. Bring this front heel in to execute your hip. So you kind of get this action, step and then hip. Okay, so you bringing this in. Yeah, don't step this way. When you're stepping, control here. And then to finish, ki, finish. When you bow, hands, feet, right, right. Okay, that's all we've got time for. Look, based on what I've just... Okay, welcome back. Based on what we've just done, I could do that all day. I could do that all day long. So, what I'd like to do when we get back is I'd like to have some of these kind of sessions, but in person. You know, where you jump in a car and you actually come along. No karate experience needed. Yes, it probably will be a chargeable thing, but I'd like to have these things as like a seminar kind of thing, and I'd like to grab different people from different parts of the country together. You know, mainly adults, because it's a little bit dangerous. It can be dangerous. We can go into more detail. So leave in the comments. So please, well, I'm finishing now, Sammy. So please leave in the comments how much you would be willing to pay, and how long for. All right, average that I would. Now I'm not gonna tell you what I would charge, but you know, for maybe a 2-3 hour session, you know, maybe we have a karate day where we have 2 hours, have a couple of hours break, have 2 hours, couple of hours break, and have 2 hours. A bit like we did in Japan, really. So I'd like to do something like that. I'd love to do something like that. Anybody will be welcome, anybody. But mainly, I would say adults, because it's going to be that kind of session. It's going to be grapples, it's going to be pulling each other left, right and centre. So I don't really want kids getting hurt. So we'll stick with adults for now. So just an adult session. All right, where we can involve some Kion, we can involve some Kata, we can involve some basic self-defense, a bit like we've done tonight. We can involve some Kumite as well. Not full-on Kumite, just some drills. All right, so leave in your comments. look, I'd probably do it for about. Look, just leave serious comments. I will speak to you on the next time. Oh hello. Let me know if you want another one next week. Oh, okay. Let me know if you want another one next week, and I will certainly organise that. Other than that, I'm going to post on YouTube, and I will see you soon. Not done, no full coma teenagers. Me neither. Me neither. Right, I'll see you soon. Stay safe.